Hello, I'm Simon Whistler. You're watching the Today I Found Out YouTube channel, and in the video today we're looking at why mustard is yellow. A common misconception is that yellow mustard, the kind that you put on your hot dog, is yellow because of the mustard seed. This is not true. The mustard seed is a dullish grey-brown colour. The striking bold yellow colour actually comes from the rootstock of a plant called turmeric. Turmeric, native to the rainy, humid tropical forests of South Asia, has been used as a natural food dye for centuries. The turmeric plant is harvested annually for its rhizome or rootstock. The rhizome is boiled, dried out, and ground into a powder. This powder is then mixed with mustard seed powder, vinegar, water, salt, and voila! You've got yourself traditional yellow mustard. Turmeric is also a common ingredient in many South Asian and Indian dishes. It provides an earthy, slightly bitter taste that complements many curries. It began to make its way west during the 12th and 13th centuries. In medieval England, turmeric was often called Indian saffron, since it was often used as a cheaper alternative to the much more pricey saffron. In the 18th century, turmeric was beginning to be grown in the Caribbean countries, where the climate was similar to South Asia. Jamaica became a big grower of turmeric, and to this day, rhizome powder is still used in Jamaican cuisine. Now, getting back to the mustard of it all, mustard dates back to the ever-enterprising Romans. They would combine the seeds with unfermented grape juice to create what they called burning juice, or mustum ardens in Latin, hence our now familiar word mustard. The popularity of mustard grew in Rome and swept into their conquered territories. In the Burgundy region of France, most famous for its wines, a little town called Dijon embraced mustard and began making its own variety, substituting the unfermented grape juice with vinegar. To this day, Dijon, France is still known as the mustard capital of the world for its unique and sharp-tasting Dijon mustard. Yellow mustard didn't come along until the turn of the 20th century. In 1884, two brothers by the name of Robert and George French bought a flour mill in Rochester, New York, after their previous flour mill upstate burned down. They named the mill the Artie French Company. When Robert passed away, George's other brother, Francis, came aboard to help the family business. In 1904, George began experimenting with creamy salad mustard. He added turmeric to the traditional recipe for added presentation and color. Yellow mustard premiered at the St. Louis World Fair in 1904 as a condiment put on hot dogs to great fanfare. The rest, as it were, is mustard history. So I really hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please give us a like below, it really helps out. And don't forget to subscribe, there's a big button below me now, just click on that. Also, over there on the right are a couple of other videos you might enjoy if you enjoyed this one. Just click on those to check those out. I know if you're on a mobile device, you can't click on anything on the screen now, so there will be links in the description below. And thanks for watching.